Welcome to day number 8 in your Menopause Strong fitness plan. This is a 31-day journey that we're taking together to build strength, to increase your energy, and to also improve muscle tone. Along the way, we're going to be working through a whole range of different movements to not only improve your physical strength, but also your mental strength as well. Today's session is a really good one. We've just started week number 2, so amazing work for getting here. We're going to be adding some more complicated movements into today's session and as we move up into our second week. And we're going to add some more weights in today as well, building on the foundations of last week's success. So for this session today, you need a couple of sets of weights, a light set and a medium set, or if you just have one set of weights, that's absolutely fine. Just work with what you've got and make any adaptations that you need to. Are you ready to get going? Let's do this. We're going to get started with our warm up, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the whole body warmed up by doing some stepping stars. So bringing one foot out, bringing the arms up overhead, keeping that tummy nice and tight as we work through the big full body movement that's going to get you warmed up from the inside out. Well done. Good job. So today's session, when we get into it, we're going to be working to a 3-2-1 format. 2 circuits, 3 minutes of strength work, 2 minutes of more cardio type work, and 1 minute of dedicated core. And we're going to be doing that across the 2 circuits, and we'll repeat that through. So a whole load of stuff to get into today. As I said in the intro, we're going to add some weights into the session. So this really is a great opportunity to take week number 2 and really give it everything. Well done. And take a rest. Okay, next little exercise we're going to do just to get you warmed up is you're going to sit into your squat wherever that is. Sit into your squat and then push up with the hands. So sit down and then push up. Fingertips reaching all the way up to the ceiling, stretching through the tummy as you do, and starting to explore a little more range as you feel a little warmer and a bit more confident. If you need to turn out the toes as you squat down, then please do. Okay, so you're sitting in, push, sit in and push. Well done, a couple more. Last one. Amazing, well done. We're gonna work through the waist now, do a few little torso twists. So hands out in front. I'm going to keep my palms facing down. I've got my feet around about my shoulder width apart. And I'm just going to twist round to the side, back to the center, and twist over to the other side. I'm going to keep my hips facing forwards. And just keep breathing evenly as you work. Well done. Keep going, keep that chin sort of parallel with the floor. So you don't want to have your chin all the way down here. You don't want to be looking down at your feet, but at the same time, you don't want to be looking up at the ceiling. So keep the chin nice and neutral. Good job. Lovely, nearly there. And take a rest, finish the one you're on. Final little exercise for the warm-up today. We're going to do a cross-body punch. We're just going to add a little bit more power in. So when it comes time that we get to those cardio exercises a little bit further down the line, you're nice and warm and raring to go. So plant those feet into the floor, nice little soft knee, and push across the body here, bringing the heel up as you pivot onto the toe, back into the center, tiny little squat, and push over again. So down, push, and really give it some on that punch. Do not be afraid to give it a good old punch. Well done. Now think about really tightening up into your midsection. Okay, we've got quite a lot of core work in today's session, so you're really going to make sure that your tummy is really nice and tight. You're going to get the best out of this session that we're working with today. I can feel it. This is going to be great for you. And take a rest. Brilliant work. Okay, we're about to get into the main session. So make sure you have your weights ready. If you haven't quite got yourself ready, use this opportunity now, press pause, get your bits and bobs ready, and I'll meet you back here. We're gonna be starting with one weight, okay? I'm gonna be starting with the medium weight here. I'm bringing my toes facing out and I'm holding the weight so the majority of the weight is down below, so holding it nice and safely at the top. And I'm gonna sit into a squat, do a little pulse and stand. So join it when you're ready, sit, pulse, stand, sit, pulse, stand. So I've got my toes facing out, so it's kinda onto the knees, okay? And also little pulse adds a bit of intensity. If that pulse is a little bit too much for you, you can take it out and you can just go up and down, okay? Well done. And as always, your squat is your own. So you get to choose how deeply you sit into it. Take a rest, well done. Stay with the same weight, and what we're gonna do is a lateral lunge this time with the weight. So we've done this in the program before, but this is gonna be the first one that you're gonna probably do with your weights as a full two-sided lateral lunge. So holding the weight in front, you're gonna come over to the side, back up into the center, over to the other side. So keeping the chest open, stepping out, really thinking about foot placement. I talked about that a lot last week, about keeping the feet nice and strong. So this week we're really building on everything that we've done before. It was all leading up to this, and this week will lead on to the next week, and so on and so forth. Good. Lovely. And take a rest. Great. Same weight, keep with just the one weight, holding it in the same position. And this time we're working into the upper body and shoulders, but also really engaging the core. So holding the weight right in front of your face here, not too close, but certainly not too far away. And you're gonna rotate that weight around the head in one direction and then back round in the other direction. Keeping the elbows up all the time. So really important to keep those elbows up. Really think here about engaging your core. So a quick form check. Do you have your feet pushed into the floor? Is your tummy switched on? And are you breathing? Okay, that is your quick form check. Tighten up those tummy muscles and see what difference you can feel with this exercise. And take a rest. Great work. Okay, pop the weight down to the side. Make sure it's not in your floor space because we're going to work into our 2 minutes of cardio now. That's your 3 minutes, first 3 minutes of strength done. 2 minutes of cardio. Come to the side of your workspace, some space to the side of you, and you're going to work fast feet over to the other side. Fast feet back. Fast feet over, fast feet back. Good. Now, if you'd like to, you can start to drop down. Push yourself over, down. Well done. Keep breathing, and you can go as fast or as slow as you want to here. Okay, it's your pace. It's just as long as you are working hard and the intensity is about right, it does not matter what pace you go. Well done, good job. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is we're going to build on the ice skater that we've already learned a couple of days ago. But first we're gonna squat, and then we're gonna do an ice skater leg. We're gonna squat down again and do an ice skater leg on the other side. Are you ready? Let's go. So sit down, ice skater leg, sit, ice skater leg. Now, if you were doing the standing skater, nothing changes. You don't need to all of a sudden do the drops down skater. You do whichever level is right for you. Good. Keep it going. 2 minutes of cardio, remember. And we're gonna go into our core exercise in just a moment. And take a rest, good. So our core exercise for this first circuit is a standing core exercise. We're gonna do the standing bicycle crunch. So fingertips come up onto your temples, engage the tummy muscles, and we're gonna try and get the elbow to the knee on one side and then to the other. Let's go. Crunch, 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 good. So each time you do this, you're keeping the chest open. You know where your feet are going. Plant yourself into the ground. Switch those tummy muscles on. Actively engage those tummy muscles. Good. But this is not just working your tummy muscles, of course, otherwise it would be called abs, and it's not, it's called core. So you know it's working the front, the back, the sides, and everything in between. Take a rest, well done. We're gonna move into our second circuit. 3 more strength exercises coming up. And we're gonna start with a lighter weight. So I'm gonna pick up my lighter weights here. I'm gonna have some space behind, holding the weights with my palms facing out. You're gonna step back and do a bicep curl. Step back and do a bicep curl. Now you can step and drop all the way down for your reverse lunge. You can step back, just a little step back with a toe tap, or you can do something like I did right at the beginning, in between, okay? Whichever level is right for you here, you just need to focus on form. So stepping back, curling, taking the time to complete both movements. Take a rest, well done. We are gonna see all these exercises again when we come back round for the second time, but hold on to these weights because now we're gonna do a squat to overhead press, which is what we did in our warm up, this time with weights. So bringing the weights up to the shoulders, we're gonna sit into your squat, push up overhead, sit and push, re-rack, sit and push. Now your squat may be here, push, sit, push, or you may have a really full deep squat, whatever is working for you, okay? That works for me. You do you. This is your workout. You're building your strength. You're not building my strength or anyone else's. It's all on you. Well done. 3, 2, 1, take a rest. I'm gonna put those light weights down and pick up the other medium weight. So now I've got my 2 medium weights here. I'm gonna hold the weights in an overhand grasp, so my palms are facing my body, and keeping the weights really, really close. I'm gonna push the bottom back in a hinge and slightly soften the knee, bring the weights down really close to my shins. Come back up and push the hips forwards just a touch. Sit down, nice straight back. Coming back up, little push. Down. Knuckles are grazing the shins as you work through this deadlift. Down. Really feeling that stretch in the back of the legs, working also into the lower back, into the glutes. Good. Keeping the shoulders higher than the hips. 1 more. And take a rest, excellent. Pop those weights down, keep them out the way. We're gonna be doing our cardio section now, 2 minutes of cardio. Imagine that you have a barrier or a gate or something here that you can go underneath. You're gonna stay one side, you're gonna come under and come up on the other. Under and up, under and up. Nice big step as you come through, scooping through, keeping the back nice and straight. And because it's all about the visualization here, you can choose how high or how low that barrier is. So yours might be here, scooping underneath. It might be really low, okay? But really push the glutes back, your bottom, really push it back as you're pushing under your barrier. Well done. Good, okay. Second exercise coming up, and we're gonna do some lateral hops. They don't have to be full hops, by the way. I'm gonna show you all the options, so don't worry. This is an inclusive workout, high or lower impact, you choose. From this position here, you're gonna bring one foot over to the halfway up the other shin and on the other side. So you're gonna drop over, 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 over. You can pick up the pace, nice and quick here, or you can add your little hop in. Whichever way you do it, make sure you're not just scooching the foot across on the floor. You're actually picking the foot up. So it's at least halfway up your lower leg, okay? Almost getting up to the knee. Imagine you've got something on the floor that you just need to jump over, okay? And that's really gonna help you out here. Jump or step and take a rest. Good job. Okay, core exercise here. I'm gonna use my raised surface. You can use a wall here. You can use the back of a sofa, coffee table, dining chair, kitchen table, whatever it is. But I want you to come onto your raised surface, palms down onto the raised surface with the forearms, push the hips forwards, nice neutral line, and hold. And we're gonna just hold our plank here. Really engaging the tummy muscles so that you are totally immovable, all right? Holding this in is gonna take a lot of core strength. You may not be here yet, okay? The bottom may be a bit up here. Have a quick look, see if you can bring that bottom down. If you're down here, you need to come back up. If your arms are shaking, don't worry. You can stop if you need to. We've just got a couple more seconds. 2, 1, take a rest. Well done. That's a really, really hard exercise. So if you did manage to do that, then really well done. We're gonna go all the way back round to circuit number 1 again. So I'm gonna pick up my one weight and we're gonna get straight in on those goblet squats. Holding the weight, down, pulse, stand. Good. Down, pulse, stand. Good. So this workout is all about being a combination of strength and low impact cardio moves to really boost your metabolism, really builds muscle, strengthens bones, boosts your energy levels, increases your mood, okay, helps with the joints. Hopefully you can start to feel the effects of these workouts already. 2, 1, take a rest, well done. Stay with the one weight. So day number 8, the beginning of a brand new week. And whether it's taken you 8 days to get here or longer, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The fact is that you're here and that's amazing. Hold that weight. We're gonna go over to the side. Let's go. Sitting over to the side, coming back up, over to the other side and back up again. Good. So you've got so many great sessions to look forward to. We've got some more cardio coming up. We've got a lot of strength. There's a lot of focus on balance and centering. Hopefully you're feeling fully restored after yesterday's session. Good. And don't worry if you find yourself aching a little bit. That's all part of the process. That's how it feels to build strength. Take a rest. I know there's that old no pain, no gain. I don't really like that, but in the case of building muscle, it's kind of true. You have to experience those micro tears in the muscle to be able to build them and make them physically bigger. And sometimes that hurts a little bit. We're going to do those halos. Are you ready? Here we go. But you can help by doing a cool down. You can help by maybe taking a warm bath. Staying nice and active also really, really helps. So if you do wake up in the morning and you feel really stiff after the workout before, then you can just do some gentle, what we would call active recovery. Gentle walking, mobilize, move around, and it will help to increase the blood flow into the muscles, which will heal them faster. 2, 1, take a rest. Well done. Let's put that weight down to the side, and we're going to go back for those lateral sprints. Okay, so sideways movement, really, really important. I always add it in where I can because it's just so functional and so important. We're ready to go that way. 2, 1, let's go. Nice fast feet. Drop down if you want to. You don't have to drop down if you don't want to, or if you can't. And you can go at this sort of pace if you want to. You can go really, really fast if you want to. But just make sure that your floor space is clear from obstructions. The last thing we want is you tripping over. I know you can't always really help it when a pet wanders into your workspace. Having 2 cats and a dog, I know exactly what it's like. They sort of just find you as soon as you get that mat out and take a rest. Well done. We're going to do the squat to ice skater next. And if you're finding elements of the workout tricky today, or in the future, just remember, it's just really great that you're able to be here. Let's go, sit and ice skater. It's great that you're able to be here. It's great that you're giving it a really good go. And just make a note of what it is you're finding hard. Is it the heart and lungs? Is it a particular body part? Is it the pace of the session? What is it that you're finding hard? Because sometimes, and I speak from a wealth of experience here, sometimes the brain just freaks out a little bit and it just says, it's too hard, it's too hard. But actually, it's the head that's finding it too hard and not the body. Okay? So have a little faith, take a rest. We're gonna do that standing bicycle crunch again. Because sometimes we just need to let the brain catch up, because there's a self-preservation mode in there that says, but I don't want to hurt myself, I don't want to injure myself, I don't want to look stupid, I don't want to do X, Y, Z. Fingertips up to temples, let's go. Whereas actually, the brain could do with giving you a little bit of credit, So just keep going. And if you need to take it down a notch, then do. If you need to take an extra day off, then do. If you're struggling and you need a bit of motivation, let me know. Reach out in the comments, please. That is what I'm here for. I'm not here recording these sessions for nobody. I'm recording them for you. 3, 2, 1, take a rest. This is not for me, these are for you. So let me know how you're doing. Let me know in the comments. I read and reply to every single one. Promise. Okay. We're gonna go back to that reverse lunge or reverse step with the bicep curl. Are you ready? Let's do this. Stepping back or reverse lunging in whatever form or fashion, as long as you're making sure that the upper body stays really straight. So really straight through the upper body. Tummy's nice and tight, back is straight. Giving yourself time for the arms to come down. Stepping back, arms come down. Stepping back, arms come down. Good. Again, lots of foot and ankle work in here. And we choose the reverse lunge. Take a rest, because it's a little bit kinder on the knees than the forwards lunge. But if you are struggling with it, then just do the step back, okay? And just add a little bit of a downward movement if you can. But if you can't, don't worry, it's not a problem. We're gonna do that squat to overhead press again. Same applies with the knees. If you need to turn the toes out, turn them out. That's okay. Well done. Down, push. Good. Down, push. Overhead work is always tricky. Good. So just take your time with it. You might find it's particularly exhausting at this end of the workout. We are at the business end now. Good. Well done. We've got that deadlift to go on our strength exercise. 2, 1, take a rest. So I'm going to put those light weights down. I'm going to collect my heavier weights. Now this hip hinge on the deadlift, if you're not sure, then just put your hands just above your bikini line and just push back, push back. That's your hip hinge. Okay, overhand grasp, let's go. Down and up, little bend in the knee, and up, down, up. Just notice how the shoulders are above the hips. Okay, so shoulders are above the hips here. The shoulders are below the hips here. And you see the difference is the rounding of the back. So really making sure that you've got that positioning right. One more. Take a rest. Good job. Okay, we're going to pop those weights away nice and safely. They're out of the way. We're going to be doing our bob and weave next. So this is where you're imagining you've got your barrier here, and we're going to scooch underneath it. We're going to make a U shape. Are you ready? Let's go. Under and stand. Under, up. Every time you come up, tight into the tummy, grip, grip. Good. Hold yourself in, nice and tight. Good. You're doing well. So this one's designed to get the heart and lungs pumping. There's no jumping here, but the fast movements and just the way that we move here, you can't help but get the heart rate up. 2, 1, take a rest, well done. And then the last exercise in this little section before we hold on to that plank is we're gonna do those lateral hops. So again, just imagine you've got something about this high onto your mat in front of you and you're just stepping over it, over, over, over. You ready? Let's go. Over, 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 over. And it's just that picking up of the foot, okay? Working into the hips here. And then if you've got a little bit more to give, then you can. At this point, think about how strong your feet and ankles are gonna be after this. Well done. Good. And whichever level you are on, just work to that level and give it everything on that level, okay? Let's make the most of this time that we have together. 3, 2, 1, take a rest. Okay, we're gonna do that plank one more time. Remember, if you wanna do it on your wall, you can do here. Okay, so this is gonna be on your wall, much less intense. You're not bearing as much of your body weight. And also, if you're doing it on a higher surface, again, less intense. So do it on a level surface that feels right for you and hold those hips nice and straight. Just hold it in. Keep breathing the whole time. So this is tough because you are contracting the muscles without them shortening and lengthening. Okay, so you're holding everything, you're trying to breathe, and it's tough. And what will happen is those muscles will get fatigued really quickly. So the leg muscles will get tired, arm muscles will get tired, shoulders, but especially those core muscles. So just hold in, you're nearly there. 3, 2, 1, and take a rest. Good job. If you manage to do that on your raised surface, then really, really, really well done. You're going to just have a little bit of a stretch out. So you're gonna come back into your raised surface, hands onto the raised surface, feet come back, and you're just gonna push up through the hips and push down into the heels. So this is like a hybrid of a standing, sort of like child's pose, a modified child's pose, and a downward facing dog. So pushing forwards, hold, stretch out again. So you're getting a lovely shoulder stretch here, also a really keen stretch down the back of those legs. If you need to bend the knees just to take away some of that pressure, then please do. Let's do one more. Good job. Well done. Tomorrow, it's all about the arms and the shoulders, which I absolutely love an upper body workout. So it's gonna be a great session. Well done. If you can get down to the mat, we're gonna do a cobra stretch into a child's pose. But if you can't get down to the stretch, if you can't get down to the mat, you can do a standing back extension to stretch out the abs. So standing back extension here, otherwise onto your mat or floor. I'm just going to walk the fingertips forwards, drop the hips, either a half cobra here, or you can come up for the full, stretching up through the abs. And then into your child's pose, sitting back, fingertips are forwards, sitting back into the heels. And again, you can use your raised surface for this if you need to. You just do this against your countertop, your kitchen table. You just put your hands on the edge and you're just stretching through. One more into that back extension. Well done. Holding for a minimum of 10 seconds. And one more time. Good job. And take your rest. Amazing, amazing work today. Really, really well done. That's day number 8. You have hit the ground running with week number 2. Remember, we are at day 8, but we're still just at the beginning. And even when we get to day number 31, you may still be at the beginning of your journey. Thank you so much for joining me for this session today. I can't wait to see you tomorrow for day number 9, where we're going to be working through the upper body. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.